Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. I was playing some games yesterday and in my artillery, and I realized when I met this guy that one of the things I have not done is done a setup of basic artillery for someone who's trying to start out. So I'm going to do that here. And I'm going to use, one of the most basic ones you can get, M-7 Priest. So it would be real helpful if you could leave a like for this video. That would help spread the word, and it would be really helpful to the people who are recently playing artillery, who have not had access to someone who can really explain things to them. So this way they can get things set up straight. And I have an example of reason why to do that. So let's get into it, shall we? So as you can see, this is the M-7 Priest. Now this is a regular tech tree tank. Right there you can see on your screen. It is the lowest artillery you can get on the tree. It is a tier 3. Now, there used to be tier 2s, but they're long gone because they have been retired from the game. So, we're dealing with the tier 3 M-7 Priest. Now, let's get into the equipment, and I'll explain to you why you need what you need. So, basic equipment that you must have, and that is the advanced loader. This will cut your reload time down to its minimum. Well, for the equipment. To make it even lower, you'll have to train your crew to do that. We need advanced gun laying drive. This causes the circle of your dots to shrink faster, and that's a good thing. Now, the last two slots, you kind of have some options of what you could choose. Here, I have chosen advanced optics and then also camo net. The other one that you could choose that's very beneficial is the traction, and this is because it will allow your tank to rotate faster. So it's kind of, it's up in the air. Realistically, the camo net doesn't do that great. It's okay. But, I mean, it's just, it depends what you think you're going to need. If the camo net was better, it would help a lot. But it's okay. But basically you have the advanced optics, the camo net, and the traction. You can choose any two of those three that you want. They each have a slight benefit and a slight detriment. Let's see. Well, we'll just leave that as it is. It's fine. Now, here in the consumables, this will help you. You need repairs, all right? Now, when you look at it, artillery doesn't get into frontline combat very often. So the problem with a tech tree tank is that you have 0 silver bonus. And that means that every dime you spend could come back to haunt you. So you don't want to waste money with gold repairs, which you're almost never going to use. It's less than 10% of the time once you become competent as an artillery and get in good positions, etc., etc. But you're going to have times when your team is terrible, and then you'll wish you had it, but your team was garbage, and you're going to be dead anyway. So it's really not that big of a deal when you look at it in the proper context. So white repair, that's good for one repair. That's more than you're going to need most of the time. Gasoline gets you going faster. Not bad. Really, your choices will be gasoline for extra speed or just a white medical kit. 50-50. In fact, let's go ahead and go with this one instead. And then this one's the key. The enhanced rations. The enhanced rations give you, well, let's look and see, what do they give you? If you look on the right hand side, it tells you get plus 15% crew performance. When you're trying to target a guy and you're watching those dots close, you can get him to close more by hitting your button and engaging the rations, and the targeting will tighten up just a little bit, enough to help. But when you're not using it, it's still helping you. It will give you plus 10% commander experience every game. I roll it in every tank. And plus your 10% crew improvement. So what happens is, if it'll give you a really tiny amount of view option increase. So your view range will increase. Your reload time will slightly decrease. Your closing of your circle slightly decrease. It decreases at a slightly faster rate. Things of that nature. So that's why you need this in every tank, every game. Now here I don't use armor piercing. I just use the straight, explosive rounds. Not a big deal. So this will help get you the right setup. And once you get this setup, this is the same setup essentially that you would use in any artillery. Now, I'll show you this one here. This one is a Tier 2. This is one of the retired Tier 2 artilleries. Basically, you'll see the same thing. The reload, the gun laying drive, there's the advanced optics, and here is the traction. So again, it's the same. You got to have these two in the center, this guy and this guy. It's two of the three, whatever floats your boat. And the camo net just really wasn't as good for this one. Same story. Now this one has a different crew because I have different achievements on this, and I have the highest rating in the game on this tank. My rating on this tank is a 10,000, and it's ridiculous. But it's from, ultimate practice. And a maximum crew does help. Sexton artillery, same thing. Now this one is a premium tank. This tank is sold usually about once every year. Now this is the American Sexton. If you want to get the British one, that's it. Here we go. Now, there's your 300 hit point Sexton. Same story. Reload, gun laying drive, those are just must-haves. And then I got vision, and I've got rotation of my turret. Not turret, but the actual hull, sorry. Again, repairs, gasoline, and enhanced rations. So that's really the setup is basically the same. It's a personal preference. You go, well, I like the vision, or I like the rotation, or I like the camo net, depending on what happens. But unfortunately, the camo nets just don't give you enough camouflage. It helps when you get a camouflage expertise, but that's another story. So let's go back here. M-7 Priest. So this is a tank you can go. It costs, I think, around 30,000, something like. It's a Tier 3 tank. I don't know what a Tier 3 sell for. Oh, they sell for 0? Well, it's cost you 0 then. Okay. So that's fantastic. If that's true, let's take a look. Actually, let's take a look at this and see. Yeah. Okay, there's 0. Fine. So there you go. M-7 Priest. Literally, it's a free tank. So jackpot on that. Now, that covers the setup of the tank. Normally, I would put camouflage on this tank. I don't use this tank myself. The reason why is that the gun accuracy is not as good as the Sexton. Now, the Sexton, this tank sells for, well, this is the American. The British one sells for, where the heck is this guy? Oh, sorry. British Sexton. This sells in the store for 1,250 gold. The thing about this guy is you look down here at the very bottom left. Silver bonus, 181. Now, let's go down to the commander bonus where it says 100. What that means is there is no bonus. 100 means 100% of normal. So this tank has a commander experience bonus of none. It's 100%, it's regular. So the silver bonus, 181, means it's 81% more than normal. It's a monster. This thing will make you money as soon as you get good enough to kill a couple of 2-3 guys a game. And it makes you a lot of money. So this is one of the things that's so great about it. The other thing that's great about it is the stock accuracy of this tank is a .53. And when you get the commander in there and all the stuff set up, it's a .45. Let me show you. Here we go, Sexton Artillery. Now, I recommend the Sexton Artillery. It's the best overall. It costs gold. That's the only thing, 1,250 gold. But if you get good in artillery, then it's worth getting. I wouldn't say buy this and then find out, oh, I hate artillery. I wasted 1,250 gold. There you go. All right, let's go here. Accuracy. Okay, dead center column, very bottom. It tells you reload time. The minimum reload time you can get is 5.47, so that's maxed out. Accuracy at 100 meters. The lowest that number can be is 0.45, and that is your deviation number. That is the best it gets in all of artillery, no matter what. 0.45 is the top artillery accuracy number. That's why I use the Sexton. Everything else doesn't really matter too much. Hull rotation speed, the very top of the center column. You'll see hit points 330, that's American. Hull rotation 26.4. Now, this can go up by adding the clutch braking. Let's look at the commander briefly. This is the stock commander that you're going to try and build yourself in your artillery. Now I'm using here, I went with quick learner first, and then the thing you need to add after that would be rapid loading. This will knock your reload time down almost to the minimum time. At this point, once you have the reload in the second slot, the third slot, your best choice would be either steady aim to get you the maximum accuracy of 0.45, or it would be born leader to get your reload time down to the minimum of 5.47. So basically you get either, you get the, I put the first one here, second one was rapid loading. Third one is either accuracy or born leader for further reload reduction and also accuracy increase. I prefer, really steady aim. The next one I'd get is born leader. You can put born leader as the third one, and then the next one steady aim. It's personal preference, really. After that, your guy is completely set up. The next one I get is defensive armor, minus 5% damage. This is the best you could get. So I put it on there as soon as I can to help me deflect some damage if I get shot at. It's really not complicated. After this, we can go berserk and put whatever we want. Let me show you this guy, because this one has a maximum commander. Okay, now when I got and maximized my commander, my quick learner is gone because I'm not working on that. So first thing we had, rapid loading. The second one we had was the accuracy. The third one would be born leader. The next one, like I just showed you, armor angling. And at this point, after that, you can do whatever. One of the things that will help you, a lot will be either binoculars or camouflage expertise. 50-50. I'd do one, either binoculars or camouflage, and then I would get the other. After that, or actually, you get, it's up to you. It doesn't matter. They all have their advantages. Clutch braking, this gives you the increased rotation of your hull. And then after this, you run out of stuff really to get. And so I get controlled impact. And this is to give me defense against someone ramming me. So if they ram me, I'll take less damage, basically. I'm not going to ram them. Really, I'm just trying to be non-rammed. And then off-road driving will just help the driving in general. But you could do whatever in the final two, whatever floats your boat. But having knowledge of these commander skills will help. So let's go back to M-7 Priest. So this is the freebie. And once it's set up, it's fantastic. Now the thing is, I met this guy, and he was doing this, and he wanted to go with me on some games. I said, okay, sure, I'll help you out. And so I went through his tank with him, and explained to him all the things that I just explained to you guys, and he changed it, and he had tremendous improvement as soon as we could get to a good map. And I have that game to show you. And that's what made me think that, you know what, this would be very helpful for anybody who's starting artillery. So we got that covered, got the commander stuff covered. Now, I just have this tank for demonstration purposes. I don't even use this. This is the tank that I used in artillery way back 10 years ago. So I don't even play this tank. I use the Sexton. It's just vastly superior. Welcome to the Abbey. All right. So what we're going to do is, my partner here is in the Priest. He's headed right there, as you can see, to K8. And that's going to, I was going to show him that so he could see that location. That's the best place here, because what's going to happen, he's going to go here to K8. I'm going to go down River Road here, spot Dead Man's Curve, which is right here at Charlie 8. And he's going to be doing the artillery delivery. It's really not too complicated. But the best thing about K8 is that it puts him on a little pedestal that's highly protected. And I'm driving over there right now to show him where this is located. Because once you know that this is here, this is a great place to hide, because you can kill guys. If you saw my game that I posted last week, this was the one where I killed the two Panzer 1Cs that came charging me when I was on this position. Suckers. And there he is right there. So he's got the artillery covered. Now I am going to go and spot for him, as spotting should properly be done. And I'm going to rake it in on assist damage while he's doing the drilling. So what I'm doing is just going up here, making sure nothing weird is happening. You know, I am protecting my artillery from the front. No one shall pass me. It's just like the Black Knight. None shall pass. I move for no man. If you don't know what that is, I'm sorry. Ask someone who's older. they'll tell you about Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's phenomenal. Now, I'm moving up here. They're on Dead Man's Curve right there, Charlie 8. He just drilled them. So this is my job, is to keep these guys occupied / afraid of my thresher. Now that guy is toast. I killed him. Notice how it's going to build up a backlog of dead tank corpses. So I'm pressing forward here. And now I'm just going to retreat back and make this guy come after me. Come on. And he's dead. Oh, artillery strikes. Every time he's striking that guy, I'm going to get assist damage for it. Just a bit outside. This is one of the weaknesses of a non-Sexton artillery, is that the accuracy is inferior. But it does hit for more damage, like that. Oh, nasty. That was nasty right there. How dare you strike me, sir? Drill him. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Now it's gonna be a while before he reloads, so I went ahead and killed him. But I let my artillery drill him hardcore, and I just knocked him off. So that was fantastic. And we have just crushed River Road. Now this is an encounter battle, so the circle, as you can see, is in the center. So now I'm working my way there, and he's going to work on the guys in the actual base. But this game is essentially well in hand. We have a 3-guy lead. I'm still in decent shape. I'm just going to get close to the circle if necessary. Now he's still there at Kilo 8. You just can't see him on the replay. But he's still out. This guy shot at me. I'm like, what are you doing, stupid? He's a Panzer 1C robot. He cannot kill my tank from that range. So it's like, all you're doing is telling me, hey, look, idiot, come over here and shoot me. Okay, I will. You know, you don't want to shoot at a tank you can't kill. Just a helpful hint. Because all it's going to do is make him come over there and kill you. It's not rocket science, okay? Hello, dummy. Oh, there's an S-35. He could kill me. He's not going to kill me, but he could kill me. Busted him right in the rear. Yeah, the robots will do that. They'll turn their butt to you, and then you can just drill them. Yeah, that'll make you seasick. All right, now there's that same guy. I'm going to finish him off. But this is the old trick where they don't take damage. And this is a cheat by the game. I'm just warning you right now. Whenever it happens, the game is cheating you. I mean, that guy was doomed. I was going to kill him anyway. I just shot him in a different location. So that's a free bonus kill. LTVZ 39. There's a Type 91 heavy tank. Oh, he got his shot off first. What a freak. Alright, that was legit, no problem. But my boy took care of business. There he is. Right there. Nice work. Now let's see how we fared. Shazam. So I snaked out the MVP on damage plus my assist damage for spotting for my artillery. He kicked butt, second place overall, 3 kills, 1,400 damage. And that is the proof of the M-7 Priest being set up correctly, because his was not set up correctly. We got it set up correctly like I just showed you in the video. And Shazam. Now, we did play one other game in Berlin, and that wasn't even good. So here we are at the end of game screen. Now, it really isn't for myself per se. So, you know, whatever. I got MVP, but really this is all about him getting set up correctly. It was just a bonus MVP for me, to be honest. You know, decent stuff, nothing spectacular. But this was the key. Setting him up to get on the track to have a correctly set up artillery, so that now things opened up and he was able to have an absolutely killer game with second place overall. Really fantastic. 3 kills, you'll take that any game, believe me. It's not bad at all. Look, 1481, he got more damage than me. Now, granted, I let him kill those guys on Dead Man's Curve because that is just a golden opportunity lesson for an artillery guy in that position. Let him do as much damage as he can reasonably get, and that was fine. There was nothing wrong with that. I could have rampaged myself down there and done more, but it wasn't about me scoring. It was about trying to get this guy set up to score and have success, which he did, and that's the whole point of this setup. So for me, this was an A+ result, because I wanted my artillery guy, who's, you know, not very experienced, but I wanted him to get some good experience in a game, in a great setup, which we had, and that was fantastic. You know, 1,400 damage in a Priest artillery, that's not bad, dude. You'll take that any game, I'm telling you. I know I will. It's really good. I'll take 1,400 in a Sexton all day long. Well, oh yeah, man, I'm going to go to town on that. You know, so he did well. He made some money, which was nice. He doesn't have a premium artillery Sexton, but he needs to run this first, and this is a great one. You can do the same thing here that we did with the other Tier 3 artilleries. Okay, obviously my top dog favorite. As you can see, almost 12 million experience on my American Sexton. We just did the M-7 Priest. The others are basically the same. We already showed you basically the British Sexton. This is the one you can buy for 1,250 gold. This is the German Wespe, and Wespe is the correct pronunciation. Tier 3, same business. This is the Lorraine 39, Tier 3 Frenchie. Like the Wespe and the Priest, they have, you know, longer loading times. I think the stock loading on this tank here is like 10 seconds, 11 and a half basically. 11.48, that's the stock without a commander. It'll go down, but it's not good. But it hits hard. Same thing with this German Wespe. This one, you know, is 10.61. Now that's of course with all the equipment in there. Same thing with this guy, it's got equipment. Again, these guys hit super hard. Their accuracy isn't that great. The accuracy for this one is what? 0.67, not too hot. The Wespe is 0.63, which again, not too hot. What about the Priest? The Priest accuracy is 0.69, not that hot. Now, without a commander, British Sexton has no commander. This one's, I think, 0.50 something. 0.53. It's way more accurate with, you know, all these have no commanders. Now with Sexton with a commander, it goes down to 0.45. It's ridiculous. But without a commander, it's still substantially more accurate. But the Wespe and the Lorraine hit way harder. I mean, when you get hit, those things do what? 410 for the Lorraine and 410 for the Wespe. Just monsters. Now, this is the Russian SU-26. This is pretty good. Again, same story. Reload time is less. Now, it's less than the Sexton. The tank hits for, what do you call it? Less damage. Accuracy, 0.58. It's got better accuracy than the Wespe, the Lorraine, or the Priest. So there's another thing about this that's really good, and that is an actual turret. That turret rotates 360. So on this gun, you get, that does less damage. As you can see, it does 164. The advantage of the Russian SU-26 is that it fires quickly. It doesn't do as much damage, but when you're shooting multiple guys coming at you, you could hit a guy, you know, a couple of times, kill him, and then switch to another guy if you're still alive, and have a chance of doing that because it's going to spread the damage in smaller chunks to different targets. That's its advantage. It also has a turret, so you don't have to worry about rotating your hull to try and get a shot at a guy if he comes in behind you. On this one, you just rotate the turret. So that's an advantage. The disadvantage is that it hits with less, punch. Another advantage is that it's very small, and so it's harder to hit for an enemy a little bit. So they all have different positives and negatives. Personally, I prefer the Sexton. It's the best of the bunch in my own testing, and that's my opinion. You can differ if you want. It's fine. But the Sexton artillery is a premium tank that costs gold. The other ones I've showed you here, which I have all of them, are free. So they have the advantage of them being free. So, whatever floats your boat. I would suggest, once you try the any or the other ones, if you're not thinking of the Russian one, give it a shot. That turret is kind of awesome. And then you have other ones to select from as you progress down the chain of tanks. Now, in mine, I have gone all the way Tier 10 American, Tier 10 French, and I'm currently in the Tier 9 Russian. So I've done all three of those lines. And they're all good. It's going to be different. It'll have a different feel for you. You might like one or the other. The thing that I'll tell you that about the different lines is that I've played, and I've played the Germans as well, but I only went to about maybe Tier 6 on that, is that the American, let me go, Tier 10. All right, American Tier 10. This one has a massive splash damage. I don't hardly play Tier 10s at all, though. I mean, I got there, did it, okay, fine, whatever. I got it out of my system, essentially. It's like, okay, now if guys are going to do something, whatever, some kind of operation, or they want to play a game, I'm like, okay, I'll do that. But essentially, you have a monster splash damage on this guy. This is the Frenchy Tier 10. The Frenchy Tier 10 is an autoloader. So you get, originally it was a 4-shot autoloader. When they restructured artillery, for whatever reason, don't ask me why, they switched it. It's now a 6-shot autoloader. But the bullets do less damage than they used to. Tomato. It'll do the same basic damage per minute, I would think. It's just that in 6 chunks instead of 4. So it's one of those things. It's very useful, again, like the Russian, because it has multiple abilities. You got 6 shots. You could hit multiple targets. You hit a target, you stop, and guys are just drilling him. You're going to go switch, do another target, stop that guy, etc. So Tier 10 Frenchie, very good. Tier 10 American, very good. I don't have the Tier 10 Russian yet. This is my favorite American one, really, is the Tier 9 M55. I like the whole, reload damage and just the entirety of the package. It moves a little better. So that's my personal preference. I prefer the 9 over the 10. And I've gotten Tier 10 MVPs in both Tier 10 artillery and Tier 9 artillery. This is the Tier 9 Russian 212A. So I don't have the 10. And I'm working my way down the line of this one, but I have, a lot of experience to go. Check this out. The Tier 10 is available in 331,000 experience. There's no rush. Now, there's no rush for me. I already have 2 10 artilleries. I'm not worried about having a third one. Now, I'll get there eventually. No problem. There's no rush. So I'm just doing other stuff, and I play this. If my friends want to play Tier 9s, well, I'm like, hey, I'll work on my Russian artillery. There's not a big pressing need for myself. I'm fairly satisfied with my Tier 9 American. That's really my favorite of the big boys, because I had a great game. The best game I had really in this tank was in a Tier 10 match. There were 14 Tier 10s on each side. Myself and my opponent on the other side, we were both the only Tier 9s in the game. I lucked out, almost got killed, survived that attack, and then proceeded to get the MVP against 14 Tier 10s. It doesn't get any harder than that. This tank, this artillery, Tier 9, faced 14 enemy Tier 10s, and I ended up with MVP. You're not going to get a better result than that, except by killing more guys than whatever I killed, which I think was like 3. It was 2 or 3 that I killed. So, a tremendous result. It's, you're going to have personal favorites or whatever. That's fine. I'm just throwing this out there just to give you some helpful, information. So, do whatever is interesting to you. Like I say, you can try them all out if you want. Whatever is, feels good, because they all will feel slightly differently, and you might like one over the other. There's nothing wrong with that. So you could give it a shot. But I wanted to use that M-7 Priest because, my friend that I met yesterday did that. We helped him. We took him through the whole process, and he had what you saw was just an absolutely killer game. That was, I think that was the 3rd game we played together. So he and I played 4 artillery matches for him together. We met in a different match. He was doing something else, and one thing led to another, and he was telling me about artillery. I go, let me help you out, blah, blah, blah. Told him about the YouTube channel, etc. So he and I played 4 matches, 2 of them after we fixed his tank. And the first one that we went into was in Berlin. He was not experienced enough to really have a chance, and it was just a horrible match for us. But the next one you saw in Abbey was jackpot. That's, in 2 matches after we fixed his tank. The first one was a Tier 4 match in a horrible Berlin map. Not good for a low experienced artillery. But Abbey, that was jackpot on game 2. So I'm not promising you that you could do what we did on Abbey, soon, without having a coach there to help you. And that's what I was. I was there as the coach just to help my player kick butt, and man, he delivered big time. So that's why I wanted to make this video, to make use of that awesome game that he had, to show other people how quickly you could get improved performance by having a proper setup with a proper commander, because his commander was not set up right either, but we already covered that. So that was everything there. That covers all that we needed to cover, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like. It'll help spread the word, and people need to see this stuff. Tell your friends if you would. That way they can learn about this artillery. Possibly leave a like and possibly subscribe as well. So I got plenty more stuff. We have a brand new season starting tomorrow, so that's going to be fantastic. I want to thank you guys for watching my video. Hopefully I helped you out. I look forward to seeing you guys again real soon, and I'm out of here.